Hello again. I'm back. There we go. No decision to be made here. If Cash was dead at this point, basically she just gives you an option of like, okay, or the people there basically just give you an option of like, okay, so our people are doing some jacked up stuff, and apparently this time she just kind of decides, hey, just go ahead and punish those people. Or the issue doesn't fully come up, I guess. She just kind of mentions, like, hey, they're our friends now. Anybody that does that sort of thing, we're gonna have a problem. Alright, so now, final fight here. Dragon Guardians. Oh yeah, and then we meet Veggie Lands. As Cashwa shows up looking like a dang Power Ranger. This place is a little bit jacked. And then we get the Lombardia. Although, do we get a second Lombardia? I don't know why I'm picking him to use it, but yeah, I think we just have the one Lombardia. That'd be kind of cool if we got a second one, but oh well. I guess we just throw away one of them. Like, I don't feel like sharpening this thing, throw it away. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention. New crafting books. Yeah, forgot to bring up a lot of these last time. So, new stuff that was gotten. I think I already had the jewelry stuff last time. Picked up, well, all the other leftover stuff that was convenient to get. I believe there's still a couple hanging out over in the not Palace of the Dead, but from the Pirates Graveyard. And then there's going to be musical instruments and I want to say another Arm Guard book in San Bronza. But nothing too amazing. I mean, at this point, I've basically gotten everything that I want to. And I believe it's like 3 fights into this that you get a bit of a break. Let's see. Zombie card gauge, probably not very useful. Actually, no, screw it, no. I want to have zombie card gauge. He's hilarious. Alright. Canopus will probably just win the fight. Actually, no. Everybody 50 and up goes away. I need maybe 40s. Yeah. 41 is the highest. Have better odds that way. This is one of those ones that kind of has an awkward entry point, so see how that goes. You know, probably just max out on priests here, why not? Yes, these are. That's what it said on the name card. Oh. Wait a second, no, he runs away, doesn't he? Yeah, he does. Yep. Alright. First things first, the flying delete button. Needs to get rid of their archers. Which I believe are those ones. I have no idea why that shot missed. Kinda feels like that should have hit him, but whatever. This isn't the Iron Man run yet, dang it. So, definitely liking the Iron Maiden thing on Cashwa, but man, it takes forever to level that thing up. I mean, I've been using it for 80-ish some fights, and it's still not even close. Mostly just because of the high cost for actually using it. It's 50 to get it going. She doesn't have a whole lot in the way of making her TP go up. I could put Tactician on her, but I feel like this other stuff is more useful. But either way, it's only 64 at this point. Not a huge deal or anything worth changing. Because it, like, honestly, if it was easier to level up, the thing would be overpowered as hell. Like, if you got a 100% friggin' leech health, mana, and stop, yeah, no. He'd be even more overpowered than she already is. I mean, already at this point, probably a good 80% of the time, if Hellhound comes out and there's 1 or 2 units getting killed off. And that, right there, is Aerosol showing her favorite trick, which is face planting onto the ground. Because archers have no defense anymore. Actually, a little bit funny just how squishy archers are at this point. Which is good, it's fitting. I mean, it is definitely fitting. You know, they had their day, they had their time, but they're meant to sit in the back in relatively light equipment, so don't have to worry too much about that. Alright, so Donalto and Aurelius are just gonna really weaken things by kicking the air, I guess. Just like imagine he's just doing a side kick and weakening somebody. Like I said, pretty ridiculous damage. Which she can potentially do up to 700-ish. Because that thing can go up to 4 times. But didn't happen in that case. It decided to stay reasonable. Nope, ought to be pretty trivial with Canopus here. Alright, yeah. You just delete that one. Cursed weapons can be ridiculous. So, one thing that Rakes was mentioning is potentially changing the effect of the cursed weapons to just be a, like 5 to 10% chance to kill, instead of being a double shot. Personally, I'm a little biased towards the double shot for obvious reasons, but, you know, that, honestly, the whole repeater thing sounds better, but that is what it is. You don't know what I'm talking about, repeaters. XCOM 2 had that kind of thing. That pretty much any weapon, you could find repeaters on the ground during fights. Like, you would occasionally kill a guy and they drop a repeater, and depending on the quality of the thing, you had you could slap it on a gun and get a 5 to 15% chance to insta-kill anything. Which meant, in some cases, like the base game had a thing, kind of an issue with their Iron Man saves, that you could essentially just quit the desktop, and, well, they would just reset the turn. So there was a completely useless thing because you needed your entire turn anyway. But there was this one time in particular where I ended up having to make use of it because, well, my entire run was about to get completely screwed over by the DLC. Because, for whatever reason, they decided to be unnecessarily cruel in the DLC. In which, they basically said, okay, look, you have, like, low to sort of semi-decent guys right now. Why don't we make you fight, like, 80 pretty difficult enemies, and then, all of which can just insta-kill your guys if they actually get a turn? And, then go fight the hardest enemy in the game, just, you know, cause... Okay, highest health enemy in the game, one of the hardest, so... the Sectopod things, which are basically like a friggin'... It's a Metal Gear. That's basically what it is. You know, like, oh, you know, nice dinky rifles you've got there, you know. It's an upgraded version of one, too, so the thing shows up, and I think it had like 60-something health, whereas any of the equipment that my guys had could only do like up up to maybe 7. And during that same time, they were fighting, oh, I don't know, like a dozen robot things that if any of them got a turn, it was basically over. Which just resulted in this bizarre situation where the game was modded, so I had a lot more people, but the equipment sucked. So even with, I think I had like twice as many people as the game would normally allow, it was nigh impossible. But I had one person with a repeater. I was like, okay, you know, screw it, might as well see about save scum in this bizarrely unfair situation. And yeah, sure enough, they just insta-kill a boss, and that's the end of that. I don't know what they were thinking with that. If it wasn't clear, that was the tower mission, so if anyone played it, you know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. It was such crap. And it's funny because on repeat playthroughs, they even had this option. They're like, hey, do you want to maybe not play that one? To which I'm pretty sure everyone answered, yeah, no, I never want to see that stupid thing again. It was like a 2-hour-long thing. At any point during which everything could just go completely haywire and you'd be screwed. And you'd lose all those people that went on that mission, and essentially your campaign would be just done. Yeah. Less than ideal. Yeah, whatever, just take him out. Alright, and he's just gonna fly up here, delete another archer, because that's what he does. God, he is friggin' overpowered with that thing. I hope it doesn't change. I hope that particular weapon doesn't change. That and the one that I currently have is the Krazen. Because that mess is ridiculous. No way this hits. Yeah, no. Gonna have to use a kill move there. Breaking physics. What about Sharp Dice? Yeah, I'd probably just do that. Kinda missed the point where he got bound. A little bit of a bummer. Oh well. Every time I see Carmine, it reminds me of this this video somebody sent me. It was just like all the different Carmines in Gears of War. Never played it. Funny video though. Like, the general shtick was just there's one family that for whatever reason all of them are in the same section of the military there, the same branch, and for whatever reason they have a habit of being horrifically and suddenly killed off as a joke. So yeah, from what I gathered there were like 24 of them or something like that, and they all get killed off. I mean, there's grieving and there's holy crap, what even is that? Oh well. It's that kind of day, I suppose. So, how many fights is this actually going to require to go through, I wonder? I don't think I've ever made use of this shortcut function. Know that it exists. 9 times out of 10, I just kept starting another run. Because it always felt weird going back and, you know, seeing all these completely misbalanced classes and everything else. I get that guy's got, like, friggin' 45 level advantage over that guy. I'm supposed to use them all that way, and then I have to change the leader into something else, and it just felt dirty. But mostly those old FFT habits. Which is weird, because that one actually rewarded a lot of this stuff a lot more. A lot of the class switching and such sort of thing. Plus also, base game had that whole thing where they were trained in a particular way, so if they wound up being a high level of a completely different class, or even medium level of a completely different class, they might be absolutely useless, etc. Running out of breath. No. Snipe. I just want to point out, every single move of Canopus's during this fight has been an insta-kill. That's not broken at all. He's absolutely fair and balanced in every way. Satellite cannons. Yeah, there's nothing for him to do. I have the completely wrong skills on him. Really what I wanted to do was have a Speed Star and probably Mighty Impact or something. Actually, I wish that I could put double impact on him, because then I could have triple hit spears, and slap the curse spear on him and have quadruple hit spears. Actually, no, it would be 2 hits from the move, let's see. Yeah, 2 hits from the move, 2 hits from the spear, so already up to 4 hits just from that first one, and then a second one, so quintuple. Depending on how it exactly decides to do it. Oh yeah, actually it could have sextuple potentially, depending on how it goes. Alright, at some point it'll be possible to move here. Guys just completely bogged down this entire march. Yes, I went through the trouble of charming that lady and went ahead and shot her in the face. Reason for that? There was one. Yep. And let's see if I can just shoot this guy off that little ledge. He's probably got steadfast, so that's probably a no. That guy's not worth it either. Oh, I guess he does not have steadfast. Okay. Dandy. Dandy, dandy, dandy. Doesn't really get anyone moving anywhere there. So that's a downer. I don't know what would happen if I just, like, improved the window size and then just, like, played the entire thing like this. It would look like it's one of those Ultra HD things. Maybe. Alright, our next job is to go and delete their healer. And dead. You know, just does friggin' 816 damage just because. Nopus, why are you such a beast? Quick thing right here. I believe it's actually possible to train Iron Maiden on your own guys. I like to think it actually plays some Iron Maiden in there. Nope. Alright, 46.4 and... or 64 point whatever. Yeah, there we go. So it does actually train on your own guys too. So I guess that is a potential exploit. Whether that's intentional or not, I don't know. It kind of feels like it might be. Big hole needs to move out of the way. Right, no, because I thought you had your instill on. He did not have his instill on. That's like forgetting to wear your pants in the morning. You need to have your lightning gun. It's actually a funny thing. Because these instills on Dragoons are the only way that you can, aside from a Lord now, that you can have instills on your gunners. Actually, I don't know if Vice can do it. He might be able to. I have a feeling he can't. Oh well. They can't do anything. It's a nice thing now, like if you go in with a bunch of high offense people and like 4 healers, there's just nothing they can do. So, I don't know, you could kind of see a potential class imitation being maybe useful. Or some kind of nerf to healers a little bit. I mean, they feel alright. But, just saying, bring enough healers and there's no possible way they can do enough damage. Like even, I've been to several of them now where they've just been flat out over leveled and could just out heal to the point of beating the fight with no problem. It's one of the reasons they ended up getting so over leveled. Okay, so he has managed to take exactly 1 shot that did not kill. How about that? Come on, crit. Probably could have guaranteed that crit. Probably should have done. Didn't. So, actually, I want to do Sidewinder. This one always looks cool. This is how doors work. Good thing they had those murder-powered doors in the Hanging Gardens, you know? They closed that door and just kept it closed. There's literally nothing we can do. Shortcut? Yup. Okay. We can just skip straight to the very end then. So, yeah, that'll be that for this part, and I will go do so now.